I just got 3 chainsaws for $20. These things were listed $20 as is, as part saws, but we're gonna ignore the part saws and try to get them running. 3 Stihl chainsaws for $20 is way too cheap to pass up. Marketplace struck again. Let's see what we got. We got a Stihl 031 AV. It is seized. Really? That just means the piston needs a little persuasion. We got a Stihl 032 AV. It's also seized. It's not a part saw though. We'll be able to get it running. And we got this little toy chainsaw that is not seized and we'll definitely be able to get running. Today, we're gonna go ahead and tackle the mini chainsaw. It's just too cute not to work on. Has a bar, has a chain, spins over. I'm not sure what model number this is, so if you know, let me know. I guess we'll dig in and see if we can get this thing to run. The seller said this was his first chainsaw as a kid. It hasn't run since then. He sold it, all of these as part saws, but they're in a lot better condition than I was expecting, honestly. Let's start taking this beauty apart. Should be a carburetor behind here. I wonder if there's gas in this thing. We do have gas. We'll go ahead and check for sparks so I know how far apart I need to take this thing. See what the spark plug looks like. Crunchy. Gotta put it on the ground so I can hold it down. Look at that spark. That is a juicy spark. The pull cord assembly is making a terrible sound. See if we can get it off of here. Look how cute that is. We'll get the chain soaking here. No wonder he sold it as a part saw. It's impossible to get this thing clean the carburetor. Probably should have tried to start it without cleaning the carburetor at this rate. So it wasn't too bad. Well, that sounds terrible. Should do something. Easy. Carburetor under here somewhere. Just got our throttle cable. Should be. Gotta break through all this sludge on it. Now we've officially spent more in brake cleaner than the whole chainsaw. Looking pretty clean. We do got some little crunchies on the outside of this gasket. We got the carburetor cleaned. I can put that back on. I barely got a little paper cut on my finger and I'm bleeding out. Get this old gas out of here. That looked questionable. Well, let's put this thing back together and hope we can start cutting down some big trees or something. Holy smokes, you gotta spin this thing around in 10 different orientations to fit it on. Let's get this bar on and see if this thing cranks up for us. Add some gas, add some bar oil, and see if this thing will cut down a tree for us. This has to be the worst gas tank in the history of all gas tanks. Here we go. Let's see if she'll start up for us. I would have thought they would have done something by now. The compression's pretty good. Choked. Huh. Let's check the exhaust string real quick. Look at this finger. It is just dumping. It's the smallest cut in history, and it will not stop bleeding. It's clean. I'll try it without that though. We'll try taking it off choke and giving her the beans in case we flooded it. What in the nuts? Chain spins over, that's not too tight. Check the spark. We have spark, unfortunately. It means we're not getting fuel. Carburetor is readjusted. Here we go. There we go. Half choke it. I cleaned the carb, I put the settings to what they had it. I assume they knew what they were doing when they last ran it, but apparently not. Once I reset those, started up easy. Alright, we might need to turn the idle up a bit. Let's go test this beauty out. Here she goes. I have this on backwards. Someone put the chain on backwards. The bad news is it's just as dull as ever. Oops, I left the choke on. This thing definitely needs a new chain, but she's fixed for now. We got 2 more chainsaws to fix up. Well, let's see if we can fix another one of these chainsaws. We'll go for the Stihl 031 AV. Let's dig in. This beauty is a Stihl 031 AV. The bar is completely seized. The pull cord is completely seized. Throttle kind of wiggles. Let's start taking this apart and see if it's salvageable. We'll go ahead and get the bar off in case that's all that's holding us up. I highly doubt it. They're in better condition than I was expecting. Maybe. I might be speaking too soon here. Look at that, the chain's already wiggling. Oh, that is a good surprise there. Oh yeah, that feels good on the hands. That is buggered on there. Need enough slack to be able to pull it over the clutch. Easy. Unfortunately, I can already tell this nut is really jam-cockled. We'll get the pull cord side off. We'll go ahead and get this cover off. I've never worked on one of these saws, so we're gonna figure this out together. If I can do it, you can do it. Might just have 3 bolts holding this on. We got those off, we got that off. There must be something hidden. You got 2 bolts under here. Well, then we should be free from my calculations. We got both of those off. Either there's more hidden, more strings attached than we want. What in the nuggets? I would have thought that did it for us. Maybe she just needs a little love tap. This is all metal, which is nice. Not like today's stuff. We're definitely still attached somewhere. Keep taking this part farther, I guess. Oh boy. Oh no. That is not a good sign. Look it down the throttle, I mean the carburetor. That is just full of powdered sugar maybe? I just looked at a picture and apparently the pull cord assembly comes out. This little dilly bob there. Who would have guessed? Not me. That is just terrible. Prepare to be dazzled. If that's not the dinkiest little design, this is seized, which is kind of good. I've never seen a low pull cord like that. Pull the spark plug. Also gonna start lubing some of these parts. It's been sitting a while, I can tell you that. Spark plug boot came off. Maybe that means it's not that seized. And they were just struggling to get spark. Does a rusty, watery spark plug mean anything to you? Let's just feel some things out here. A little bit of that action. Put a wrench back on the clutch there. She might be wiggling. Not. Nope, it's just the nut moving. We gotta strip everything off so we get better access to the engine and we can pull the head probably. Your guess is as good as mine. What's the fastest way to do this? Little known fact, taking things apart is a lot quicker than putting them back together. Get our handle out of here and set it somewhere. Ta-da! Another angle of the piston here. Oh no! Oh boy, it is looking bad. It's not what we want to discover. There's a lot of water that got in there. This is probably where most of you would give up, but we're not giving up that easy. We're going to take the carb off, take this side cover off, and keep forging on into the depths. I did not expect this saw to be this crunchy, honestly. A little crustacean hiding in here. Look at this thing. Completely just filled to the brim with caca. We'll just let this little guy soak in this old gas for now. Probably forget I put it in there too. I finally found the hidden bolt holding the whole side cover on. Gotta pull our kill switch off. There we go. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Look at this, we got 4 little access tunnels for the head bolts. And we gotta try to pry them, get them loose with an Allen. They're all just full of old sawdust and grease. All 4 head bolts are loose. We'll see if we can get this cylinder and piston separated. We got some wiggle, which is very promising. Just gonna try to work it up, I guess. I'll work the piston down. One of our head bolts. Oh, it is looking crunchy. We'll hit it with a little downward persuasion. I just custom made this piston pounder 3000. We'll see if it does the ticket for us. It's gotta be the worst hammer in all of history. Where? I think we might be getting some movement here. Or my wood's breaking. That might be more realistic. Luckily I have 3 more where those came from. More lube. I think we might have the piston movement we've all been waiting for. Look at that gap we have going on. We got a bigger breaker bar on this nut here. And it's coming. I did a little off-camera pounding, as one does. And we're getting this thing freed up. That just took the nut off. Ooh, that is crunchy in there. Just taking the clutch nut off now. See if we can hit this upwards actually. Working it back this way some now. And we're gonna take our breaker bar. Oh no, the bottom end is bad. Who would have guessed this thing would be so crunchy? We're getting a full revolution though. Holy sandcastle. Whose bright idea was it to fix this thing? Here's the carnage. It is looking bad. Look how close we are. I look away for 1 second and someone comes and breaks off a piece of this cooling fin. Can't trust anybody these days. I swear the piston is cockeyed and twisted in the cylinder. We got half of it out over here and half of it's still in up here. I think I can get the wrist pin off now though. Ta-da! That was a pretty brutal piston removal, I can tell you that. See what the bottom end looks like. Crunchy. It's not like terrible. Definitely not great. I don't even know what to do with this situation. Somehow the piston is cockeyed in the cylinder. But we might as well check for spark, because if it doesn't have a spark, it might not be worth continuing down this rabbit hole of despair. So what we're gonna do is lube up this bottom end. Try to spin this thing over fast enough for spark. What is the likelihood this has spark? Not very much. It's hard to even find somewhere to ground this to. Here we go. Getting blasted with the sludge. We have no spark at the moment. Who would have guessed? I'll try again. That sounds terrible. We'll make sure this spark plug has spark on this saw at least. Alright, we got spark on the plug, so it's not that. It rarely ever is. Go ahead and cut a little bit of this off. And see if we can get spark just from the wire. We got nothing. We have some hidden points underneath the flywheel here that we're gonna give a quick clean into. They look terrible, so they might not be salvageable. Got a little file in between there, we're gonna work that. I did finally order a flywheel puller, but it's not here yet, so we're cleaning it through the peephole there. No spark still. I don't think we got a good cleaning on them. I've got good news and bad news. After cleaning the points, we now have spark. Unfortunately, that means I have to keep working on this and try to get it to run. We're gonna go ahead and fill the bottom end with some acetone, some different lubes. And we'll work on the cylinder and the piston while we let this soak. The cylinder and piston have been in this gas for about 20 minutes. And the carburetor has been in there overnight. It's not terrible. It's a little deeper than I want. The cylinder is in better condition than the piston. All the rings are stuck. It's probably not salvageable, but we're gonna attempt to run it like this, get the rings free, and throw it back together, I guess. always good. We need to get these rings free if we want any chance of getting it going. Cylinder is cleaning up pretty nicely in ultrasonic cleaner. These rings are holding us up here. Just gonna heat them until something melts or they become loose. We just snapped one of the piston rings. So, this saw is done for. It is officially a part saw. It's time for chainsaw number 3. This is a Stihl 032 AV. As you can see, it does not pull over. The pull cord's not locked up. This is very similar to the last one. We could not get running. Maybe it's different there. I just spent a lot of time on the last one, all for it to not be fixable or not be worth fixing. It's not worth getting new rings for that cylinder. So hopefully we can get this one going and not have 2 failures in a row. The bar is in pretty good condition. We're gonna take this thing apart and see what we're dealing with. Go ahead and get some lube in the cylinder. Maybe this thing just has really good compression and it's not seized at all. Maybe. One could dream. This plug was rusty and crusty. And this one is too. The piston, I can already tell, doesn't look as bad. Say a prayer. We're gonna put a socket on here and try to spin it. No way. I needed that victory after the last saw. Embarrassed me and I couldn't get it running. That feels good. Get some more lube down in there. I cannot believe that. The last one was so seized. That is crazy. Oh, that does not feel good. We might have more pull cord issues than piston issues. It's missing a decent amount of little screws and bits. It was sold as a part saw though, so. Crunchy. This design looks like that will come off where it did not on the other design as well. Let's see if this, okay. Now we'll see if it's the pull cord. Nope. We're gonna try to just work this over. But there's some serious rubbing that's going on in there. Try to come back this way. We'll see how this feels. Oh, that is feeling good. We're getting compression now. Yes. Now we'll see if we can get lucky 3 times in a row and check for spark on this thing. No way. Yes. I cannot believe that. This one's in so much better condition than that last one I just worked on. Spark, compression. It's a Christmas miracle. Let's clean the carburetor and get cutting. Pull the air filter here. Good news is I just did a lot of this on the last saw. This is just a little C-clip, dilly bobber, whatever you call it. Lock washer, I don't know. That holds on the throttle. It's hard to tell what's going on with all this sawdust. Let's see if there's fuel in here. No gas. The tank's pretty clean. And we got another line on the back. It has a little Tillotson made in Ireland Stihl branded carburetor. Pretty neat. Crack this thing open and clean out the crunchies. Try not to break any of the gaskets. That's like literal chunks of the tree still in here. What in the world? Look at that. That is why we're cleaning this thing. I've never seen that much wood in a carburetor. I'm gonna blast out these holes. Try not to straighten my eyes. We're gonna set the high and the low to all the way in and then one turn out and start with that. We are missing one of the exhaust bolts, but I can take it from our part saw now. Fix that, easy enough. We're missing the tensioner, but I just stole it from the part saw. Should probably making sure it runs before I do this. We also need another stud. What do you think? Is it gonna start? I can tell this saw was run hard with the amount of oil residue and crunchies on it. Should be good. Well, let's see if she does anything. Off to a bad start here. Our pull cord's already jammed cockling. I feel like it was almost close there for a second. We gotta take this off. We need to get some lube on this, because it's not wanting to wind. think it's broken. We're gonna try the old drill start method here. Woo. Actually, I need to take it off the choke. A little half choke. It's a good way to fry your drill. Yes! Woo! Smoky. We're taking this party outside. Huh. I'm not sure why it's dying there. Maybe we don't have enough fuel in here. Otherwise, it's got some power. Yeah, we need to add more gas. It's a smoky girl though. Try that again. Huh. We just lost our clutch. Huh. We'll see what the spring of death looks like. Maybe we just need to rewind it. We might be in luck. We have spring tension. I'm just rewrapping it and getting the tension so the spring's not broken. I feel like I might have put this on here backwards. Oh yeah. And we need vice grips. Here we go, we got a bar and chain on, pull cord's working. Let's see if it starts up now. Promising. Half choke it. I adjusted the high and low to 1.5 out. We'll try that. Nope. I accidentally hit the off switch. Now we definitely flooded it. Go test this chunker out. Made it to the testing grounds. This crusty saw is cutting again. The chain is just as dull as ever, but overall I call it a great success. We got 2 out of the 3 saws working. That's gonna be it for this video. Go check out our merch. Love you guys.